a marble got stuck on the front tooth guard.
The store manager was so scared that he got wet in his diaper.
Kaiji actually took out 20 million directly, forcibly smashed the front tooth guard completely and scrapped it.
Core of 100% defense.
Now it's crooked and can't be closed anymore. Suddenly, a marble entered the disc.
The players on the scene were in an uproar,
one after another. When the store manager saw through the destroyed defense mechanism,
he was completely dumbfounded. The man in sunglasses on the side was ecstatic in his
because
heart.
that's the first step they take to break through the defenses. It turned out that as early as 2.5 years ago,
the filament had it all planned out. Inside this seemingly unbreakable iron swamp
but hides a plastic control arm. As long as the control arm is dented,
the entire structure will be directly deformed. The filament takes advantage of this.
He shrunk the disposable heating pack. Telescopic management of tucked control arm.
Put a little ball with a thorn on it.
With a repeated operation of the control arm after continuous collision, the spikes of the pellets will eventually puncture the heat pack.
Oxidation reaction occurs the moment the heating package breaks. Sharp heating
and plastic controls jasper heat and deform.
The principle is simple but very effective.
And all this, it's the cooperating uncle. The true purpose of the deliberate farce: attract attention.
Buy time for Kaiji.
And Kaiji only needs to before the damaged part is sent.
Combine the POE prepared device with the part sling is okay.
In order to make the monitor's commotion more reasonable, they also went out of their way to create the illusion of stealing the vault.
Let the store manager mistake it for just making trouble. The whole plan was flawless. The store manager still miscalculated after all. There is no way. The store manager can only hold back his life.
But when Kaiji took out another 10 million and continued to add,
the store manager can't hold back the small days.
Dare to cheat on my turf.
I see you are tired of living. Stop the game now if it's late. The machine must have been tampered with by him.
That's why the control arm fails. But Kaiji had long expected that the store manager would play a rascal.
Instantly, his face was dusted.
Rebutted that I obviously invested 30 million. Why do you say I cheated?
What about the evidence?
It's all your speculation. Besides, you obviously tampered with the machine. Better probability with remote control. There should have been a third chance of passing the disc. And as a result, all of my 30 million marbles were controlled.
I am bound to be a great injustice.
Didn't you say anything?
I can't stand the attention of the domineering style of the playground.
At this moment, it has also helped Kaiji happen.
The store manager was stunned for a moment. Just then, his phone rang. It was the president who called.
見ていた一部始終力足らずが帰るか海に
Hair player. Absolute fairness is not required, but at least make them feel fair.
The president asked the store manager to allow Kaiji to continue the game. After all, they have one last defense.
だからここは潔くカイジの言い分を認めその上で殺せばよい魔性三段クルー
I saw the store manager's face suddenly change.
He gave his subordinate a wink.
He pulled out the deadly remote control device.
念のため777にしろ万が一にも突破は許されない殺すここでカイジを殺す
Hidden a slightly raised barrier, just enough to block the marbles falling from above, cut off the only possibility of entering the winning lottery. And here's the thing.
All 3 discs are tilted.
On the surface, many people can't see it.
Because of the angle at which the disc is tilted, disassembled into 3 equal parts. The first layer is the tilt of the disc itself. The second level is the tilt of the whole machine.
And the third level is the tilt of the floor under the machine. The monitor failed miserably last time.
Marbles spilled on the ground.
But the store manager came and only picked up the marbles on the steps.
But turn a blind eye to the other marbles.
It's because the old guy has a guilty conscience.
This is also the biggest flaw exposed by the store manager.
Case concluded at the time. The structure must have been tampered with, and that's why.
He had to find out what had been a construction site. The foreman's monitor cooperation, because only those who are familiar with the structure of the building to accurately crack the trap of the inclined disc.
President Sun Zhao's order. Store manager also
activated that perverted tilt defense. He also deliberately tilted the original level 5, added to level 7.
But the store manager is looking at the machine now.
The scalp is numb, just because Kaiji threw 10 million marbles.
None of them entered the disc.
Because according to common sense, although the tilt measure can successfully block the marbles,
enter the third layer disc.
But it will make the pass rate of the first 2 layers
greatly doubled. Codex marbles. Why hasn't one been in so far? Just as the store manager was wondering.
A commotion broke out at the scene.
A marble broke through the first layer.
Then the second floor.
He broke directly into the third floor.
The scene is boiling again.
understand the next second. The marbles are still raised by the entrance of the hole in the direction of the cave. But this time, the marbles didn't fall into the recycling port as usual, but rushed towards the winning hole again. Now the audience went crazy again.
よし登れ登れいけおーっとね
Happy for nothing.
The marbles failed to enter the jackpot after all, and this time, the store manager stared at the marbles rolling slowly in the machine. Instantly, there is something wrong with the scalp numbness. Something is very wrong. Machine tilt. It should make the marble roll forward. But now, they all running back. He quickly asked his men to check the controller, but found no problem. At this time, a player next to him accidentally dropped a marble, and those marbles are the same as those in the machine, rolling in the same direction. The store manager was instantly fierce. It can't be Keith changing the tilt of the machine.
Twisted the whole building.
But my subordinates haven't seen a construction team nearby recently.
There's no heavy equipment coming in or out.
Now the store manager is completely fierce, but the monitor on the side was raging in his heart, even if the store manager sends them.
If the building is crooked, you won't understand crisis means. Because this trick, even Newton had to be surprised.
ビルそのものを傾けるっていう発想自体が普通じゃない。よ。
The man took out 10 million. Then he drew out 3 bills.
Attached to the glass of the pachinko machine.
Just blocked all views of the winning hole. The crowd went crazy.
Kaiji, this guy must have cleared the wind.
You can't see the disc.
The casino cannot accurately transfer the mechanism.
Watch the marbles roll down from the nails. The store manager's face is getting uglier and uglier.
He finally couldn't hold back.
Rush up and tear the money of the glass. And everybody froze.
The store manager instantly got wet with diapers. Just because of the same on the first and second floors. It actually rolled into 5 marbles at the same time.
Open Silk does not play according to the routine at all. And here's what's even weirder.
The marbles that should have disappeared. It didn't fall into the recycling port. Suddenly, a marble jumped up violently. Everyone's deposit takes a look. The damn recycling port is actually filled with marbles. It's not scientific. The store manager suddenly remembered what Kaiji just said. His head exploded with a bang.
びっくりするぜ多分20の億への傾斜がもたらしたもう一つの現象そいつを目の当たりにしたら
Is this the phenomenon of open books? He suddenly reacted. Indoor discharge.
The marbles that were supposed to be discharged through the discharge port.
Why didn't one come out?
どうしてだなぜだなぜ出ないんだどうして
Could it be that Kathy made the bet while he wasn't paying attention?
いやそんなことはありえない20の億への傾斜がもたらしたもう一つの現象
The store manager's head exploded, and he flipped the tilt.
To prevent the marbles from entering the third layer, he set the machine to tilt forward. An original slight tilt
Does not affect the swamp.
but this tilt is too sharp.
Plus the inclination of the stairs themselves.
The two are added directly to the discharge port. There's a reverse flow. What used to be a downward exit became an uphill island. As a result, the marbles cannot be discharged at all.
This is the Achilles heel that Kathy had discovered before. Marbles accumulate in the pipes.
The first and second layers of dead marbles
Climb slowly like a caterpillar.
finally block the death passage to the recycling port.
塞いだのだ破滅死に至る道をすげえ本当にすげえ
There is no consumption of the recycling port. The marbles in the disc have infinite life, rolling in a circle one by one.
And the marbles under the heart accelerate to break through the disc.
The horn of attack blew sharply.
The 2 marbles made it through the first floor first.
Then the second floor was breached. And finally, the third floor.
The atmosphere reached its peak in an instant, and the store manager was completely panicked.
すげえ初めて見た2発同時だぜ
カイジ
遠藤さん行くぜ7億ドル
Although the store manager frantically pressed the remote control in his hand.
But it's too late. The 2 tanks that captured the city have already rushed over. Banknote winning move. In the face of despair, the store manager directly knelt to the ground with his legs soft. Is he really going to lose?
それが必然。それが勢い。入る。ここは入る。
カイジとエンド二人の祈りを乗せた銀玉はやがて回転する力を失い
Despite a marble, it slipped into the recycling port,
But the other one bypasses the blocked channel.
straight to the narrow path of the winning hole towards that 700 million Mercedes-Benz.
いけカイジ
Marbles. In the end, he still failed to break the winning hole, but the marbles on it still won't die.
Offensive wave after wave.
In this case, the marbles will sooner or later break the winning hole.
His face hurt and he hugged Kaiji excitedly.
But there was something else that worried him. We only have 3 minutes left.
because the store manager has started to recover.
The machine is tilted.
If the adjustment angle is too large, it will be sent by the guest. Now the machine can only be adjusted a little bit. It will take about 3 minutes for the machine to be adjusted. And in just 3 minutes,
The discharge channel is still blocked. Marbles will not be recycled. The first and second floors. It also stays dead. Just then, the scene erupted again with fierce screams.
3 marbles.
At the same time, it entered the third layer disc. The silk-slapping companions were instantly excited.
Looking at 2 marbles.
Straight for 700 million winning ticket.
いけ